Before we begin, I want you to notice something inside you. That tiny pull, that quiet tug in your heart that brought you here. Have you ever wondered why certain messages find you exactly when your soul is tired? Not earlier, not later, but in the exact moment you secretly needed a sign. This is one of those moments. You didn't choose this video. It chose you. Something guided you here. Something your mind may not understand, but your heart does. Because deep inside, you've been carrying questions that no one has answered. You've been holding emotions you don't talk about. You've been battling thoughts you keep hidden from everyone. And you've reached a point where you're not just looking for words, you're looking for meaning, for direction, for a reason to believe something better is coming. And that is exactly what this message is about. There is something written for you that has already started moving toward you. But before it reaches you, Allah wants to prepare your heart to recognize it. You've been thinking your life is stuck. You've been thinking nothing is changing. You've been thinking your prayers are unheard. You've been thinking Allah is silent. But tonight, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine arrangement, you're about to see the truth behind every moment you misunderstood. You are about to understand why certain people left, why certain chapters ended, why your heart was pulled away from places it wanted to stay, why the path you planned kept changing, and why Allah did not give you what you begged Him for when you wanted it. Stay with me. Because if you listen till the end, you will discover something that will change the way you look at your life forever. There is a moment in this video, a moment that your heart has been waiting for. And if you skip, you might miss the answer. You've been praying for all this time. So breathe, let your heart soften, let your soul settle, and allow me to show you what Allah has been doing for you in the silence, in the delays, in the redirections, and in the moments you thought nothing was happening. Your blessing didn't leave you. Your destiny didn't disappear. Your prayers weren't ignored. Everything meant for you has already started moving. Let me show you how. When Allah delays the gift, He is preparing the heart that will carry it. You look at your life right now and you see delays everywhere. Delays in your dreams, delays in your plans, delays in your relationships, delays in your healing, delays in the things you thought would already be yours by now. And somewhere inside you, you whisper to yourself, why is nothing happening for me? But if you listen quietly, beneath the noise of your thoughts, beneath the fear in your chest, beneath the impatience in your heart, you will hear something deeper. Something is happening, just not the way you think. Because sometimes the blessing you want is not waiting to be found. It is waiting for you to become strong enough to carry it. You see the delay as life stopping, but Allah sees the delay as you growing. You think your life is stuck, but Allah is moving you in ways the human eye cannot see. He moves your soul, your heart, your mindset, your character long before He moves your circumstances. He does not delay to punish you. He delays to prepare you. Look at your past for a moment. Look at how many things you once prayed for that would have destroyed you had they arrived earlier. Look at the people you wanted, the places you chased, the moments you begged for. Now with the wisdom you have today, you understand why they didn't come. Allah was not being silent. He was being protective. He was being merciful. He was being gentle with your future. Sometimes you ask Allah for rain and He holds it back because the ground of your heart is not ready to absorb it. If the rain came too soon, it would flood you. It would ruin you. It would overwhelm you. So Allah waits. He waits until the soil inside you is soft enough to hold the blessing instead of drowning in it. You have no idea how many times Allah saved you by slowing your life down. You think slowness is a curse, but slowness is often the highest form of divine protection. Allah knows which blessing needs a wiser you. Allah knows which gift needs a purified heart. Allah knows which opportunity needs a more stable version of you. Allah knows which relationship needs a calmer spirit. Allah knows which dream requires patience, consistency, and faith. Qualities you are still learning, still developing, still practicing. That is why He delays, not to stop you, but to shape you. He shapes you through heartbreak so you learn how to love without losing yourself. He shapes you through disappointment, so you learn that your worth was never tied to people. He shapes you through silence, so you learn how to hear Him. In the middle of your loneliness, He shapes you through tests, so your faith becomes something that cannot be shaken by the world around you. And yes, He even shapes you through the things you never wanted to experience. The nights that broke you, the friends who left you, the moments you cried so quietly that nobody knew. Every one of these moments was not to weaken you, it was to deepen you. A deeper person can hold deeper blessings. A shallow heart breaks quickly. A rushed heart loses blessings fast. An impatient soul collapses under pressure. But a heart that Allah has built slowly, quietly, carefully, becomes a heart that can carry things the old you would have dropped. Some blessings are heavier than they look. A marriage is heavy. It requires maturity, communication, trust, and patience. A good marriage is not just love, it is emotional strength. A dream is heavy. It requires consistency, discipline, and the ability to handle failure without giving up. A position of leadership is heavy. It requires humility, wisdom, and control over ego. A big risk is heavy. It requires gratitude, responsibility, and the ability to give without hesitation. Even healing is heavy. It requires confronting old pain, forgiving what hurt you, and letting go of things your ego still wants. You don't lift these blessings with the heart you had last year. You lift them with the heart Allah is shaping inside you right now. You are not behind. You are not slow. You are not forgotten. You are being built. Allah is building patience inside you because your future will require it. Allah is building resilience inside you because your blessing will be big. Allah is building emotional strength inside you because the next chapter of your life cannot be lived with a fragile heart. Every delay you experience is polishing you, purifying you, preparing you. Look at the seed in the ground. It stays hidden for weeks before even one small leaf appears. It looks like nothing is happening, but beneath the soil, the roots are forming, spreading, strengthening, getting ready to hold the weight of the plant it will become. You are that seed. Your roots are growing in silence, in darkness, in moments when you think nothing is happening. But the truth is, everything is happening. Allah is strengthening your roots before He lets your branches rise. If you only knew how much is being prepared for you behind the scenes, your heart would fall into sujood out of pure relief. Allah is not delaying your blessing. Allah is building you into someone who will not lose the blessing. Once it enters your life, you are not waiting for the blessing. The blessing is waiting for you to become the version of yourself that can hold it. There are moments in life when you feel like nothing is changing. You look around and see people moving forward, people settling, people getting married, people building careers, people finding opportunities, people achieving dreams, and you wonder silently, why not me? You scroll through your phone at night, seeing everyone's highlight moments, and your heart quietly sinks. You feel left out, left behind, as if life is happening for everyone except you. But if you could see what Allah sees, if you could see what Allah is arranging, what Allah is delaying, what Allah is protecting, what Allah is clearing from your path, you would never compare yourself again. You feel slow because Allah is making you steady. You feel delayed because Allah is making you deep. You feel lonely because Allah is detaching you from people who would have destroyed your heart later. You feel unsure because Allah is teaching you to surrender. Instead of controlling everything, you are not being ignored. You are being prepared for a blessing that is too valuable to be rushed. Allah does not send something priceless to a heart that is still shaky. He waits until you grow roots strong enough to hold what He has written for you. Think about how Allah builds mountains. He makes them stand silently for millions of years before they rise with strength. Think about how Allah builds trees. They spend years in the darkness of soil before they break through the surface. Think about how Allah builds night and day. No sunrise comes too early and no sunset arrives too late. The most beautiful things Allah creates are always created slowly. And you, your heart, your future, Your blessing are among those beautiful things. Sometimes Allah withholds because what you want today could collapse your tomorrow. Sometimes Allah delays because the blessing you want needs more time to grow into its full form. Sometimes Allah pauses because the version of you He is building is not finished yet. A blessing that comes too early is not a blessing, it becomes a burden. A blessing that comes too soon is not a gift, it becomes a test you were never prepared for. Allah knows the exact moment you will be ready. You might not see it, but He sees every step you are taking toward that readiness. The days you forced a smile while your heart was heavy, that was preparation. The nights you cried quietly because nothing made sense, that was preparation. The moments you prayed even though you felt empty, that was preparation. The days you forgave even when it hurt, that was preparation. The moments you walked away from what was breaking you, that was preparation. The times you stayed patient even though you were tired, that was preparation. All of these moments were shaping you into someone who can carry what's coming. Allah never wastes a moment of your life. Not your pain, not your confusion, not your heartbreak, not your silent prayers, not your quiet tears, not your waiting. Everything you have lived through has a purpose. Every delay is building something inside you. Strength you didn't know you needed. Patience you didn't know you had. Wisdom you didn't know was missing. Clarity you didn't know was coming. You are being shaped into someone who can handle blessings without being broken by them. There were times when you begged Allah, "Why are you not giving me what I want?" But if you look a little closer, you will see that Allah was actually giving you something much more important. He was giving you the version of yourself that can survive what you prayed for. Because not every blessing is soft. Some blessings come with responsibility. Some blessings come with pressure. Some blessings come with challenges. Some blessings come with new tests. Some blessings come with new people who will need your emotional strength. Allah is making sure you never enter those chapters unprepared. And this is why your delays are not delays. They are divine timing. You grow through hardship because ease alone doesn't build a strong heart. You grow through patience because rushing breaks the soul. You grow through waiting because beautiful things need time. You grow through silence because silence teaches you to listen to Allah instead of the world. You are being prepared for a blessing that matches your destiny, not your impatience. If Allah gave you what you want today with your current strength, your current clarity, your current emotional state, you might lose it. You might fear it. You might mishandle it. You might break under it. So Allah waits not until you are perfect, but until you are stable. He waits until your heart is strong enough to love without attaching your worth to people. He waits until your mind is wise enough to recognize red flags before they destroy you. He waits until your soul is grounded enough to remain calm during storms. He waits until your iman is steady enough to see blessings as gifts, not replacements for emptiness. Allah is not delaying your life. Allah is developing you. He is growing you quietly. He is expanding you spiritually. He is making you bigger inside so that the blessing you're waiting for does not feel heavy when it comes. And sometimes Allah doesn't change your situation because He is using the situation to change you. You think you're waiting for your blessing, but the truth is, your blessing is waiting for you to become the person who can carry it. What is meant for you comes when you stop chasing what isn't. There comes a point in your life where your heart becomes tired. Not tired of hoping, but tired of running behind things that were never written for you. And the more you chase what isn't yours, the more you feel your energy draining, your peace fading, your heart feeling heavier, your soul feeling lost. It's not because you are weak, it's because Allah never designed your heart to survive chasing the wrong things. Your heart was created to walk with peace, not run with fear. Your soul was created to receive what is meant for it, not to beg for what isn't. The truth is, what is written for you does not hide from you. It does not run away from you. It does not play games with you. It does not confuse you. It does not make you compete for attention or love. It comes with clarity. It comes with ease. It comes with stability. It comes with peace. But you only start recognizing what is meant for you when you stop chasing what isn't. Many times you hold on to people because you don't want to feel alone. You hold on to friendships because they remind you of who you used to be, not who you are becoming. You hold on to habits because they comfort your wounds, even if they keep your soul small. You hold on to opportunities because you fear nothing better will come. But what you don't realize is, every time you hold on to what isn't yours, you block what is. Allah's blessings don't enter a heart that is too full of things not meant to be there. Sometimes the blessing is standing right at your door, knocking gently, but your heart is so busy chasing someone else, something else, some old memory, some dead hope, that you don't hear it. You think your life is stuck because nothing new is entering. But nothing new can enter when the doors of your heart are locked from the inside with old situations. Let go, my dear soul. Not because letting go is easy, but because holding on to what isn't yours is slowly breaking you. You deserve people who stay, not people you have to chase. You deserve opportunities that open naturally, not opportunities you have to force. You deserve love that grows with you, not love that drains you. You deserve friendships that lift you higher, not friendships that pull you backward. Allah never wrote your story so you could spend your life begging for a place in someone's heart or pushing a door He never opened. Sometimes the confusion you feel is the first sign that you are trying to hold something that was meant to leave your life. Sometimes the pain you feel is the heart waking up, telling you, this is not for us anymore. Sometimes the silence you receive is Allah saving you from conversations you don't need. Sometimes the delay you face is Allah protecting you from rushing into the wrong path. And sometimes the feeling of being tired is Allah gently pulling your hand away from what is not written for you. He knows you won't let go until your heart finally understands that chasing brings nothing but exhaustion. You cannot chase what Allah has not written, and you cannot lose what Allah has written. This is why the heart breaks when it chases the wrong things, because the heart knows it is moving in the wrong direction. You feel anxiety because your soul is being dragged towards something that is not yours. You feel stress because you are trying to force something that was never meant to open. You feel heaviness because your spirit knows you are running where you are not supposed to run. When Allah writes something for you, you don't run behind it. It walks into your life with a dignity that reflects its divine origin. When you stop chasing what isn't yours, your mind becomes clearer, your heart becomes lighter, your chest becomes softer, and suddenly you begin to notice things that were always meant for you. The right people begin to feel easy. The right opportunities begin to feel natural. The right path begins to feel peaceful. Peace is the sign, not speed, not noise, not effort, not intensity. Peace. When Allah writes something for you, it comes with signs that calm you from inside. But when Allah has not written something for you, He removes peace from it, even if it looks beautiful from the outside. This is why sometimes you fall in love with someone's smile, but your heart feels uneasy. You fall in love with a dream, but your soul feels restless. You fall in love with an opportunity, but your mind feels confused. These are not punishments. These are warnings. Allah whispers to your heart, do not chase this. It will hurt you more than it will heal you. You know, when something is not for you, because you have to sacrifice your peace to keep it. You have to fight your own intuition. You have to silence your heart. You have to go against your values. You have to beg for the bare minimum. You have to lose yourself just to keep someone else. But what is meant for you never asks you to lose yourself. What is meant for you never asks you to shrink, never asks you to break your dignity, never asks you to chase like a shadow, never asks you to worship someone's attention. The right person will meet you halfway. The right opportunity will open when the time is right. The right blessing will find its way to your heart without you losing your soul along the way. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. Letting go is a sign of faith. Faith that Allah knows what He is doing. Faith that Allah's plan is wiser than your desire. Faith that Allah will never take something without giving you something better. You must stop chasing so that what is written for you can finally reach you without obstacles. Your risk is coming. Your person is coming. Your healing is coming. Your ease is coming. Your miracle is coming. Your moment is coming, but it will only enter when the door is no longer blocked by what was never yours to begin with. There is a kind of exhaustion that has nothing to do with the body and everything to do with the heart. A tiredness that sits inside your chest because you've been holding on to things that were never yours to carry. This is the exhaustion that comes from trying to force what Allah never wrote. You try to make someone stay who was never meant to be a destination in your story. You try to make a path work that Allah blocked for your protection. You try to keep a friendship alive that Allah already disconnected. You try to revive a love Allah already buried. You try to fit into a place where Allah never intended you to belong. Every time you hold on tighter, life becomes heavier. Every time you chase harder, peace becomes farther. Every time you force something, your heart becomes more confused. Allah did not create your heart to chase what isn't yours. He created it to trust what is. There are moments when you ask Allah, why am I losing this? When the real question is, why am I still holding this? You don't lose what is yours. You only lose what you were trying to keep from slipping out of your fingers because it was never tied to your destiny. And the moment you release what isn't yours, your hands finally open so that Allah can place something better in them. Sometimes Allah removes what you think you need just to show you that you never needed it at all. You only needed Him. You will notice this pattern in life. Whenever you let go of the wrong thing, the right thing starts moving toward you. Letting go is an invitation for destiny to enter. Surrender is a signal to the heavens that you are ready for what was written. Think about how tightly you hold on to certain people or outcomes. You fear losing them because you believe they are your only chance at joy. But Allah sees the future you cannot see. He sees the heaviness that person would bring. He sees the heartbreak that path would lead to. He sees the years of regret you would face if He allowed it. So He closes the door even while you stand there, crying, knocking, begging, thinking the closure is cruelty. But that door was not your door. The door meant for you will open with ease and will not require you to break yourself to keep it open. Your blessing will not need you to chase it into exhaustion. Your blessing will come when you are walking in peace. Look at the things in your life that lasted. They didn't require force. They entered naturally, grew naturally, became stable naturally. Peace is what carried them. And look at the things you chased. Notice how unstable they felt. Notice how quickly they faded. Notice how much of yourself you lost trying to keep them alive. Chasing takes you away from Allah. Surrender brings you closer. Chasing makes the heart heavy. Trust makes the heart light. Chasing blinds you. Faith opens your eyes. Allah is not hiding your blessing from you. He is hiding you from your blessing until you are ready for it. When you stop chasing what isn't yours, you make space inside your heart for what was always meant for you. Your soul begins to breathe again. Your mind becomes clear again. Your heart becomes soft again. Then slowly, signs begin to appear. People begin to show up. Paths begin to open. Doors begin to unlock. Opportunities begin to grow. Not because you chased them, but because you stepped aside and allowed Allah to bring them to you. Every blessing written for you is moving toward you right now, but it will not fight through the walls of your attachments. It will not wrestle your fears. It will not push through the wrong people. It will not climb over your illusions. It will wait until your heart becomes empty enough to receive it. You cannot pour fresh water into a cup already full of salt, and you cannot receive a pure blessing when your heart is full of things Allah asked you to let go of. Letting go is not a loss, it is an opening. Look at how Allah works. When He wants to give you something bigger, He first takes away what is smaller. When He wants to give you something real, He first removes what is temporary. When He wants to give you something peaceful, He first ends what is chaotic. When He wants to give you a sincere heart, He first breaks the one that loved the wrong people. And when He wants to bring you what is written for you, He will make you tired of chasing what never belonged to you. Exhaustion is not always a sign of weakness. Sometimes exhaustion is Allah saying, it's time to let go. It's time to trust me. It's time to stop forcing and allow what is meant for you to come in its own time. You have cried enough. You have waited enough. You have tried enough. You have broken yourself enough. Now stand still. Let Allah write. Let Allah choose. let Allah bring what He knows is best. When you stop chasing, when you stop forcing, when you stop begging, when you stop trying to make something fit, that is when the right thing finds you. The blessing written for you will never make you compete for love. It will never make you feel invisible. It will never leave you confused. It will never make you lose yourself. It will never ask you to sacrifice your dignity. The blessing written for you will feel like a deep breath. After years of struggling to breathe, what is meant for you is not hiding, it is simply waiting for you to stop chasing what isn't. Your destiny isn't running away. It is simply waiting for your heart to be free enough to welcome it. Allah removes what blocks your blessings before sending what belongs to you. There are moments in your life when something or someone suddenly leaves and your heart does not understand why. You look at the empty space they left behind and you feel abandoned, confused, disappointed, hurt. You think things are falling apart. You think your prayers aren't working. You think Allah is taking things away without giving anything in return. But if you could see what Allah sees, if you could see the future, He is protecting you from, if you could see the pain, He is saving you from, if you could see the tears, He is wiping before they even fall, you would drop to your knees, not in sadness, but in gratitude. Because what you call loss, Allah calls removal. And what Allah removes is never meant to stay. Sometimes Allah takes away what you were too attached to. Sometimes He removes what you were begging Him to bless because He knows it will break you later. Sometimes He ends a chapter because the story that comes after it is far more beautiful than anything you can imagine today. But your heart doesn't know that yet. It only sees the closing door. It doesn't see the new one being prepared for you behind the scenes. You cry over what Allah removed, not realizing that He removed it, so your blessing could finally enter. A heart full of the wrong things cannot hold the right things. A path blocked by distractions cannot welcome divine opportunities. A soul attached to the past cannot receive the future. And so sometimes Allah has to clear your path even when it hurts. He removes the friend who was secretly envious of you. He removes the person who would have destroyed your happiness. He removes the opportunity that would have made you forget Him. He removes the path that looks beautiful to your eyes, but dangerous to your soul. He removes the love that felt sweet, but was slowly poisoning your heart. He removes what blocks your blessing, not because you asked, but because He knows. He knows the conversations you never heard. He knows the intentions you never saw. He knows the future you cannot imagine. He knows the harm you were walking toward without realizing it. So He stops you. He redirects you. He closes the door that you kept begging Him to keep open. He takes away the thing you thought you needed the most. And yes, sometimes He breaks your heart to save your soul. Allah's removals are not rejections. They are protections. You think you are losing, but you are being saved. Think about the people you once prayed to keep. Where are they now? Would your life be peaceful if they were still here? Would your heart be safe? Would your future be stable? Most likely not. Allah removed them because their place in your story was temporary. They arrived to teach you something, to change you, to grow you, to strengthen you, to show you what you do and don't deserve. And when their purpose finished, Allah took them back. Not out of cruelty, but out of wisdom. You see loss. Allah sees protection. You see removal. Allah sees cleansing. You see heartbreak. Allah sees elevation. You see silence. Allah sees preparation. Before every major blessing in your life, Allah will remove something, someone, some habit, some attachment, some illusion, some comfort, not because you're being punished, but because the blessing He is about to give you needs space to enter. Allah does not pour pure water into a cup filled with dust. He cleans the cup first. He removes the dirt. He empties it out. And only then does He fill it with something better. Your heart is the same. Before Allah fills it with tranquility, peace, love, guidance, purpose, clarity, He cleans it from what blocks those blessings. This is why you lose people before you gain peace. This is why you feel alone before you feel guided. This is why you experience silence before you experience clarity. This is why you shed tears before you receive breakthroughs. Allah removes first, then He gives. He empties first, then He fills. He closes first, then He opens, He tests first, then He elevates. Look at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah did not give him the support of Khadija forever. Allah took her back, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam felt pain. Yet after that loss came some of the greatest victories of Islam. When Allah removes, He is preparing you for something greater. When Allah takes away, He is clearing the way for something better. When Allah ends a chapter, He is protecting the next one. Sometimes the thing He removed was the very thing that was delaying your blessing. Sometimes the person who left was the one blocking your growth. Sometimes the job you lost was the one limiting your rizq. Sometimes the heartbreak you experienced was the one stopping your healing. Sometimes the friend who betrayed you was the one preventing sincere people from entering your life. Allah does not remove without reason. Every removal is connected to a blessing that is on its way to you. A blessing you cannot see yet because your heart is still hurting. A blessing you cannot feel yet because your hands are still empty. A blessing you cannot understand yet because your eyes are still full of tears. But soon you will understand why the removal had to happen. You will look back and say, Ya Allah, had you not taken that away from me, I would have never reached where I am now. The very thing that broke your heart will become the reason your heart grows stronger. The very door that closed on you will become the reason your true door opens. The very season that felt empty will become the reason your next season feels full. Allah removes what blocks your blessing, because what is meant for you will not enter your life until the way is clear, peaceful, and safe. Your heart is being cleared. Your path is being cleaned. Your future is being protected. The removal you are crying about today is the reason you will smile tomorrow. Allah never removes anything without replacing it with something far better. There are times when you sit alone holding the pieces of something that shattered. You hold the memories, the hopes, the plans, the words, the dreams, and you ask yourself quietly, why did Allah let this happen? But the truth is, Allah didn't let it happen to hurt you. Allah let it happen to save you from a bigger pain that your heart cannot see yet. A blessing cannot sit where something harmful already occupies space. And sometimes the thing that hurts you the most is the very thing that is blocking your greatest blessing. You think the loss broke you, but the loss freed you. You think the separation ruined your future, but the separation saved your future. You think the closed door stopped your progress, but the closed door redirected you to a path you would have never chosen on your own. Allah removes because you won't remove it yourself. You would keep holding on, hoping it gets better, hoping it changes, hoping it becomes what your heart wishes for. And Allah knows it never will. He knows the truth behind every smile. You believed. He knows the reality behind every promise. You trusted. He knows the conversations you didn't hear, the thoughts you couldn't read, the plans they made without you. So Allah steps in and removes what you refuse to release. Not because you are weak, but because your heart is loyal even to the wrong things. Your soul is pure even toward people who did not value it. Your nature is gentle even toward paths that were hurting you. Allah removes because you are too kind to remove it yourself. And sometimes the removal is so sudden that it feels like a knife to the heart. But sudden removals often come with the strongest protection. The more sudden the departure, the more dangerous the path would have been if it had continued. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and understand why Allah ended it so quickly. You will say, Ya Allah, if you had not taken that away from me, I would have lost myself completely. Not everything that is good to your eyes is good for your heart. Not everything that feels comfortable leads to comfort in the future. Not everything that feels stable is stable in Allah's view. Not everything you love will love you back in a way that brings you closer to Him. Allah removes to clean your heart from what would poison it later. He removes the fake friend so He can send you real loyalty. He removes the temporary love so He can send you a sincere one. He removes the job you clung to so He can send you rizq with dignity. He removes the attachment you worshipped so He can return your heart back to Him. You cried over the removal because it felt like the end. But Allah writes your story with beginnings, not endings. Every removal is a beginning in disguise. After every subtraction comes a multiplication. After every heartbreak comes a breakthrough. After every silence comes a revelation. After every emptiness comes a filling. After every loss comes a gift that will make you forget the pain that once seemed endless. Allah's plan is not to leave you empty. His plan is to make space for what is truly meant for you. Look at your life now and remember the things you once begged Allah to keep. Think about the people you once thought were your forever. Think about the paths you once thought were your destiny. If Allah had allowed them to stay, your heart might still be struggling where it shouldn't be. Your soul might still be drowning in places that were pulling you away from Him. Sometimes Allah removes people before they ruin your peace. Sometimes Allah removes opportunities before they ruin your faith. Sometimes Allah removes desires before they ruin your purpose. Sometimes Allah removes attachments before they ruin your destiny. Every removal is Allah saying to your soul, you deserve better than this. I will not let you settle for less than what I wrote for you. You don't see the danger. Allah does. You don't see the future. Allah does. You don't see the hidden intentions. Allah does. You don't see the silent harm. Allah does, and He removes because He loves you. Even when it feels like heartbreak, even when it feels like loss, even when it feels unfair, even when it feels confusing, even when it feels painful. Painful protection is still protection. Temporary emptiness is still preparation. Trust what Allah removed. Trust what Allah ended. Trust what Allah closed. Because if it were good for your heart, good for your future, good for your faith, good for your soul, Allah would have never taken it away. Allah never removes something without planning to replace it with something better, something purer, something more peaceful, something more aligned with your destiny. And what's coming will make you grateful for every removal that once broke your heart. One day you will look back and say with tears of gratitude, Ya Allah, your plan was perfect all along. The blessing written for you is also walking toward you. There is something written for you that is not standing still. It is not frozen in time. It is not waiting for you to suffer endlessly. It is moving quietly, gently, slowly, yet perfectly toward you. Just like you are walking toward your destiny is walking toward you. And the most beautiful part is, even when you feel tired, even when you feel lost, even when you feel stuck, even when you feel you're not improving, even when you slow down, your blessing does not stop. Your blessing continues its journey exactly as Allah planned. You think you're alone on the path, but you're not. There is something written in your taqdeer that is also on the way at its own pace, with its own timing, guided by Allah Himself. Your soul wants it. Your heart prays for it. Your tears ask for it. Your patience builds toward it. And Allah responds, not by pushing it away, but by moving it closer. The blessing written for you is shaped by Allah in ways you cannot imagine. It is being polished. It is being purified. It is being timed. It is being arranged. It is being aligned so that when it finally enters your life, you will understand why it took this long. Your blessing is not wandering randomly. It is following a divine script. Just like you have chapters of your life that hurt, that heal, that confuse, that break, that teach, that grow, your blessing has chapters too. It has gone through a journey to become worthy of you. It has gone through nights that prepared it. It has gone through changes that shaped it. It has gone through losses that purified it. Allah does not bring two broken things together before He prepares them individually. He doesn't unite two souls until both have grown from their wounds. He doesn't bring a blessing until it is as ready for you as you are for it. You think only you are waiting, but your blessing is waiting too. Waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right version of you, waiting for your heart to be healed, waiting for your faith to mature, waiting for your pain to teach you the lesson it came to teach, waiting for your hands to let go of what is not yours, waiting for you to become someone who can receive it with gratitude instead of fear. Your blessing was never meant to scare you. It was meant to fit you like the missing piece of a puzzle that only Allah knows how to align. And the truth is, Your blessing is not just alive, it is growing into something that will make sense of your tears, growing into something that will justify your patience, growing into something that will transform your pain into wisdom, growing into something that will make you say, Ya Allah, your timing was perfect. The same way your heart changes through life's experiences, your blessing also changes to match your growth. Perhaps the person written for you is becoming softer, more sincere, more mindful, more faithful through their own tests. Perhaps the rizq written for you is being built through someone who hasn't met you yet, through a door that hasn't opened yet, through a network you haven't stepped into yet. Perhaps the healing written for you is growing in the background as your heart slowly learns to forgive, to let go, to surrender, to trust Allah fully. And perhaps the dream written for you is being prepared in ways you cannot see, connections being formed, opportunities being arranged, ideas being aligned, skills being planted, because Allah never sends a dream without sending its tools. Your blessing is walking toward you with steps you cannot hear and movements you cannot see. But every day it gets closer. Even on days when you feel lost, your blessing does not lose direction. Even on days when you feel hopeless, your blessing does not give up. Even on days when you feel unworthy, your blessing knows its place because Allah wrote it for you long before you were alive. What is written for you does not get confused. It does not forget you. It does not get lost. It does not get delayed without purpose. It does not move away because you are struggling. No, it keeps coming. Look at the Sunday. Even when the sky is full of clouds, the sun still rises. Even when the night feels long, the sun still approaches. Even when you cannot see it, it is always on its way. Your blessing is the same. It rises even when your heart is tired. It approaches even when your life feels dark. It moves even when you're standing still. It grows even when you cannot feel progress. And the most comforting truth is this: the blessing written for you is more loyal to you than anything you will ever chase. It will never choose someone else. It will never abandon you. It will never reach the wrong person. It will never pass you by, because Allah does not make mistakes. When He writes destinies, your blessing might take time because you need time, not time to wait, time to grow, time to heal, time to break old patterns, time to learn your worth, time to become someone who can carry the blessing with responsibility and gratitude. Allah does not give a heavy blessing to a fragile heart, so He strengthens you before He brings it. Some nights you cry because you don't understand why things take so long, but your tears are watering seeds that you don't know about yet. Some days you feel empty because you don't see progress, but emptiness is the space where Allah plants new beginnings. Some moments you feel stuck, but being stuck is sometimes Allah holding you still while your blessing catches up to you. Do you know what's even more beautiful? Your blessing is not coming alone. It is coming with peace, clarity, healing, ease, a new version of you and a new chapter of your life that will make you forget. Every moment you doubted Allah's plan, you will not have to chase it. You will not have to force it. You will not have to lose yourself to keep it. When it arrives, it will fit. It will feel familiar. It will feel safe. It will feel like something your soul has been waiting for even before you knew what to call it. And that is how you will know it was always written for you. Your blessing is closer than you think, closer than your fears, closer than your doubts, closer than your pain, closer than the endings you cried over, closer than the heartbreaks you healed from, closer than the dreams you buried. And every second you move through life, your blessing takes one more step toward you, until one day, one quiet, ordinary day, you will open your eyes and realize, it's here. It finally found me. And that moment will make every tear worth it, every delay worth it, every confusion worth it, every prayer worth it, every heartbreak worth it, every lonely night worth it, because Allah never forgets what He writes for His servant. Your blessing is walking, and soon you will meet in a moment that was written long before your worry ever existed. Allah's timing is perfect, not fast. You look at your life and sometimes you feel late in your dreams, late in your healing, late in your journey, late in your relationships, late in your achievements, late in your purpose. And because of this feeling, your heart becomes heavy and you quietly whisper to yourself, everyone is moving, everyone is growing. Why am I still standing here? But Allah is watching you and Allah is not rushing you, because Allah's timing is never fast, it is perfect. There are blessings He wants to give you, but not at a moment that would break you. There are opportunities He wants you to taste, but not at a time when pride would fill your heart. There are doors He wants to open, but not while you are standing in a place that is too small for the person He is shaping you into. Allah's timing is the most gentle form of wisdom. He delays not to stop you, but to prepare the world around you so that everything aligns in a way that brings long-lasting peace, not temporary excitement. And sometimes what you call delay is actually Allah slowing you down so you don't run into harm, so you don't walk into heartbreak, so you don't trust the wrong person, so you don't step into a storm thinking it is a blessing. Allah sees futures while you see moments. You see the next step, Allah sees the entire journey. You see the desire, Allah sees the consequence. You see what your heart wants. Allah sees what your soul needs. And sometimes your soul needs time before it can carry the blessing that your heart has been praying for. If Allah gave you everything at the exact moment you asked, you would struggle to hold it. You would collapse under its weight. You would mishandle it because you weren't ready for it. So Allah slows you down with a purpose. He slows you so your heart grows deeper. He slows you so your faith grows stronger. He slows you so your character becomes gentle. He slows you so your mind becomes wise. He slows you so your healing becomes real. He slows you so your soul becomes patient. And when all of these pieces fall into place, then the blessing arrives, not too early, not too late, but at the exact moment written for you. Look at the sunrise. No matter how much you want the sun to rise at 2 a.m., it will never do so. Not because the sun is refusing you, but because rising at the wrong time would ruin the balance of the world. Allah times your blessings the same way He times the sunrise, with precision, not speed. If the blessing comes too early, it will not flourish. If the blessing comes too late, you might lose hope. So Allah gives it when everything inside you and everything around you is perfectly positioned. You think you're waiting, but Allah is preparing hearts, preparing opportunities, preparing paths, preparing people, preparing timing, preparing circumstances, preparing you. You are waiting for the blessing. But the blessing is also waiting for the perfect version of you. Think of a fruit. You cannot pick it. When it is too green, it will be hard, bitter, unripe. You also cannot wait too long, or it will fall to the ground and lose its sweetness. It must be picked at the exact moment when it is ready. Allah chooses that moment for every blessing in your life. You may think you are late, but the truth is, you are on Allah's schedule, and Allah never rushes and never delays without purpose. He gives you when giving will bring goodness, not when giving will bring destruction. He withholds not to punish, but to protect. He slows your life down, not because you are forgotten, but because you are important. Only important things are prepared slowly. A diamond takes years inside darkness before it shines. A tree takes decades before it grows strong roots. A mountain takes centuries before it stands firm. A heart takes time before it can carry the blessings Allah wants to place inside it. Your timing is emotional. Allah's timing is perfect. Your timing wants quick results. Allah's timing wants lasting blessings. Your timing wants things now. Allah's timing wants things when they will benefit you the most. Every delay is a doorway to wisdom. Every delay is a layer of protection. Every delay is a quiet preparation for something bigger. Some blessings require you to be alone first. Some blessings require heartbreak first. Some blessings require patience first. Some blessings require growth first. Some blessings require a shift in your thinking first. Some blessings require a stronger relationship with Allah first. Allah is not delaying your blessing. He is delaying the moment when you receive it so that it becomes a blessing, not a burden. And sometimes the delay is not because the blessing isn't ready. It's because you are not ready yet. If Allah gave you the person you want right now, would you be emotionally stable enough to love with wisdom, not insecurity? If Allah gave you the risk you want right now, would you be disciplined enough to spend it responsibly? If Allah gave you the dream now, would you be strong enough to handle the pressure? If Allah opened the door now, would you be wise enough to walk through it with humility and gratitude? Allah delays because Allah knows. Allah slows things because Allah sees what you do not. Allah pauses your plans because He is protecting your soul from something that your eyes cannot detect. Every minute of waiting is filled with unseen mercy. Look back at your life and remember the things you once begged Allah to give you instantly. Had He given them to you then, you would have been overwhelmed. You would have been disappointed. You would have been hurt. You would have been unprepared. But now, with the wisdom of today, you understand why Allah said not yet. You may not understand it now, but one day you will look back and thank Allah for every delay that protected you from your own impatience. Your story is not slow. Your story is not stuck. Your story is not behind. Your story is unfolding at the pace that Allah knows is best. The blessing that is meant for you is not going anywhere. It will not pass you. It will not reach someone else. It will not be forgotten. Allah is keeping it exactly where it belongs until the moment He decides you are ready to receive it. Because Allah's timing is never about speed, it is always about perfection. What's not meant for you will always feel heavy. There is a heaviness that enters your heart, not because you are weak, not because you are emotional, not because you are broken, but because you are trying to hold something that Allah never wrote for you. This heaviness is not a punishment, it is guidance. It is a sign, it is a gentle whisper from Allah that you are carrying something you were never meant to carry. And the heart knows. Before your mind understands, before your eyes see the truth, before life reveals the reality, your heart already feels the weight. You can feel heaviness in a friendship that is draining you. You can feel heaviness in a relationship that confuses you. You can feel heaviness in a job that suffocates you. You can feel heaviness in a path that keeps hurting you. You can feel heaviness in a dream you are forcing. You can feel heaviness in a place your soul no longer belongs. It is Allah's mercy that He allows your heart to feel heaviness when something is not written for you. Because if He allowed every wrong door to feel light, easy and comfortable, you would walk deeper into harm without realizing it. Heaviness is a divine warning. And the deeper the heaviness, the clearer the message. This is not yours. This is not your path. This is not your blessing. This is not your home. But we, as human beings, often ignore this heaviness. We keep pushing, we keep forcing, we keep hoping, we keep begging, we keep convincing ourselves that maybe if we try harder, if we hold tighter, if we wait longer, the heaviness will disappear. But heaviness does not disappear. When something is not meant for you, it becomes heavier, it becomes louder, it becomes more painful. The more you try to force it, Allah is trying to protect you from carrying a weight that will break you later. Heaviness is mercy. When something is not meant for you, Allah removes peace from it. You may love it, you may desire it, you may pray for it, you may dream of it, but the peace is missing. Peace is the sign of Allah's approval. Heaviness is the sign of Allah's protection. If a person was meant for you, your heart would feel calm with them, not confused, not anxious, not restless, not insecure. If an opportunity was meant for you, your soul would feel settled, not pressured, not tormented, not trapped. If a decision was meant for you, you would feel clarity, not chaos, not fear, not uncertainty. But when something is not meant for you, you feel the tension inside your chest. You feel your mind becoming overactive. You feel your energy draining. You feel your soul shrinking. You feel your inner peace fading. And you start asking yourself why it feels so exhausting. Even though you are trying your best, it feels exhausting. Because you are fighting destiny. You are fighting qadr. You are fighting Allah's plan while thinking you are fighting for love, for success, for stability, for a future. But Allah did not write your story to make you feel heavy for the rest of your life. What is written for you comes with struggle, yes, but not heaviness. There is a difference. Struggle grows you, heaviness drains you. Struggle makes you stronger, heaviness makes you weaker. Struggle teaches you patience, heaviness steals your peace. Struggle brings you closer to Allah, heaviness pulls you away from Him. The heart Allah wants for you will feel light even in hard times. The path Allah wants for you will feel meaningful even in difficulty. The dream Allah wants for you will feel exciting even when challenging. But the things not meant for you will feel heavy even when everything seems good. You know why? Because Allah does not allow your heart to rest in a place where it does not belong. Think of the people you forced into your life. Think of the moments you begged for. Think of the things you held on to even when your heart was crying. Think of the nights you stayed awake trying to fix something that was not written to be fixed. Think of the days you cried trying to keep something that was not yours. All of that heaviness was Allah trying to free you. Heaviness is not a sign that you should push harder. Heaviness is a sign that you should let go. Allah knows you. He knows your future. He knows your weaknesses. He knows your strengths. He knows the weight you can carry. He knows the burden that will break you. He knows the blessing that will lift you. And Allah never sends blessings with the heaviness of a burden. What is meant for you may include tests, yes. It may include growth. It may include patience. It may include sacrifice. But it will not feel like a prison. It will not suffocate your soul. It will not leave you restless. It will not leave you constantly confused. It will not leave your chest tight. Blessings do not crush you. They complete you. So if something feels heavy, your heart is telling you a truth you need to listen to. Do not ignore it. Do not silence it. Do not bury it. Do not fight it. Your heart feels what Allah hides from your eyes. There are people who look perfect for you, but Allah places heaviness in your heart to warn you. There are dreams that look beautiful, but Allah places heaviness in your spirit to stop you. There are opportunities that look promising, but Allah places heaviness in your mind to protect you. Heaviness is not a problem to solve. Heaviness is a sign to follow. Allah removes peace from what will break you. Allah removes clarity from what will mislead you. Allah removes comfort from what will block your purpose. And Allah does this because He loves you more than you love the thing you are trying to force. When something feels heavy, it is not yours to carry. When something feels heavy, it is not your path. When something feels heavy, it is not your blessing. When something feels heavy, Allah is telling you, this is not for you. I have something better. And the moment you let go of what is heavy, Allah fills your heart with what is light, what is peaceful, what is gentle, what is meant. Your shoulders will relax. Your heart will breathe again. Your mind will quiet down. Your soul will feel alive again. Because Allah never intended for you to carry what does not belong to you. The heaviness is not your failure. The heaviness is your guidance. The heaviness is your protection. The heaviness is your red flag. The heaviness is your awakening. The heaviness is your sign that Allah has something written that will not drain you the way this thing does. What is not meant for you will always feel heavy, but what is meant for you will always feel peaceful. Even in struggle, when Allah redirects you, He is protecting your future self. There are moments in life when you feel pushed away from something you believed was yours. A dream you held tightly, a person you prayed for, an opportunity you were certain would open, a path you thought was your destiny. Suddenly, it slips away, the door closes, the person leaves, the situation changes, the timing breaks, the comfort fades, and your heart whispers in pain, why did Allah take me away from that? Why did He redirect me? Why did everything change when I was so sure? But Allah is not pulling you away to punish you. Allah is redirecting you to protect the person you will become. Your future self is crying out for safety, for peace, for alignment, for stability, for iman, for growth. And Allah is answering that cry before you even hear it. You only see today. Allah sees tomorrow. Allah sees 5 years from now. Allah sees 10 years from now. Allah sees the consequences of roads you think are harmless. Allah sees the hidden traps behind choices you think are good. Allah sees the heartbreaks you cannot see. Allah sees the destruction you are walking toward without realizing it. When Allah redirects you, He is not denying your prayer. He is protecting your future. He sees the argument that would have destroyed you. He sees the betrayal you were too innocent to detect. He sees the disappointment you were too hopeful to expect. He sees the pain your heart was too soft to survive. So He moves you gently, slowly, quietly, painfully, mercifully. Allah redirects. When your soul is walking into fire that your eyes think is light, He redirects. When you choose something with good intentions but hidden harm, He redirects. When your heart romanticizes a future that would crush you, He redirects. When your loyalty blinds you from seeing the truth, He redirects. When your patience makes you tolerate what He never wrote for you, He redirects. When your love makes you ignore red flags that He is trying to show you, He redirects. When your desperation makes you cling to something that was only meant to teach you, not complete you. Your tears today are saving your heart tomorrow. Your confusion today is saving your future stability. Your heartbreak today is saving your future peace. Your detour today is saving your future destiny. My dear soul, sometimes Allah pushes you away because you would never leave what is hurting you unless He pulls you out by force. You would stay because your heart is sincere. You would stay because your loyalty is deep. You would stay because your intentions are pure. You would stay because your hope is strong. You would stay because you believe people can change. You would stay because you think you can fix it. You would stay because you believe love is enough. You would stay because you are afraid of starting over. You would stay because you don't see the harm yet. So Allah helps you leave when you don't have the courage to let go. Allah redirects you before you break in ways that would take years to recover from. He redirects you before your heart attaches more deeply than it already has. He redirects you before you lose your identity, trying to be loved by someone who was never written to stay. He redirects you before you sacrifice your future for someone who cannot protect it. He redirects you before your compassion is used against you, before your silence becomes acceptance, before your heart normalizes pain, before your mind starts blaming itself, before your soul forgets who you are. Redirection is mercy, even when it feels like heartbreak. If you could see the things Allah removed you from, you would fall into sujood and cry in gratitude. You think you're losing something beautiful, but Allah is saving you from something dangerous. You think you're being rejected, but Allah is placing you in a safer chapter. You think your dream ended, but Allah is writing one that fits your destiny, your personality, your temperament, your emotional capacity, your spiritual journey, your heart's purpose. You think the delay is pointless, but He is aligning you with a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, calmer, more patient, and more grounded. Your future self needs the redirection you hate today. Your future self needs that person to leave. Your future self needs that job to close. Your future self needs that path to end. Your future self needs that door to shut. Your future self needs that heartbreak to happen, not because Allah wants to hurt you, but because Allah wants to protect the version of you that you have not met yet. Allah knows the you who will exist 3 years from now, and He protects that person with the decisions he makes today. Sometimes Allah says no, so He can say yes to something better. Sometimes Allah says wait, so He can say now at the perfect moment. Sometimes Allah says walk away, so He can say walk toward what is meant. Sometimes Allah says this is not good for you, so He can say this is what will bring you peace. Your heartbreak has a purpose your eyes cannot see. Your detour has a meaning your mind cannot grasp. Your delay has wisdom your heart cannot understand yet. But one day, your future self will look back and say with tears of gratitude, Ya Allah, every redirection was protection. Every closed door was mercy. Every loss was a shield. Every change was for my good. I was crying over what you saved me from. You will thank Allah for every person who left. You will thank Allah for every chapter that ended. You will thank Allah for every plan that collapsed. You will thank Allah for every disappointment. You will thank Allah for every unanswered prayer, because your future self will finally understand what your present self cannot see. Allah is never late. Allah is never early. Allah is never uncertain. Allah is never confused. Allah is never unaware. Allah is never mistaken. When Allah redirects you, He is placing you exactly where your future self needs you to be. He is not pushing you backward. He is pushing you forward to a tomorrow you would never reach on the path you were begging for. And when the time comes, when the blessing arrives, when the chapter unfolds, when the peace surrounds you, when the right person enters, when the right opportunity appears, when the right moment blooms, you will understand everything. You will look back, and the redirections that once felt bitter will become the sweetest parts of your story. Allah never takes from you without preparing to give you something far more beautiful. He redirects not to replace your dream, but to elevate it. He redirects not to break your heart, but to protect it. He redirects not to confuse you, but to guide you. He redirects not to end your story, but to rewrite it in a way that brings peace, healing, growth, meaning, and closeness to Him. Your future self is safe because Allah is redirecting your steps today. And what Allah builds is always better than what you were trying to build with your own hands. When you surrender to Allah, everything meant for you starts moving toward you. There comes a moment in your life when you stop trying to control everything. Not because you have given up, not because you are weak, not because you have no strength left, but because your heart finally realizes that the one who controls your destiny is far more loving, far more wise, far more careful with your story than you will ever be. Surrender is not losing. Surrender is trusting. Surrender is releasing what hurts you into the hands of the one who can heal you. Surrender is placing your future into the hands of the one who has always protected you. And when you reach that point, the entire universe shifts. Paths open, hearts calm, doors unlock, blessings move, destiny rearranges, life becomes lighter, and everything written for you quietly begins its journey toward your soul. Because nothing moves toward you until you move toward Allah, and nothing reaches you until you surrender to His plan. Your whole life you have been fighting, pushing, forcing, begging, holding on, trying to make things happen with your own hands. And every time you tried to control life, life reminded you that you are not the author. You are the one being written. There are times you cried, thinking your efforts were not enough. Times you panicked, thinking you were falling behind. Times you blamed yourself, thinking you made the wrong decisions. Times you felt guilty, thinking Allah was upset with you. Times you felt rejected, thinking life was against you. Times you felt unworthy, thinking blessings avoided you. But the truth is, it was never about your effort. It was about your surrender. Allah does not ask you to carry the world on your shoulders. He asks you to raise your hands and say, Ya Allah, I trust you more than I trust my own plans. Do you know what happens when you say those words? With sincerity, the weight you've been carrying for years finally begins to melt. The confusion that has been clouding your mind begins to fade. The pressure you've placed on your chest begins to loosen. And the doors that felt locked begin to open without you touching them, because surrender is the key to movement. Blessings do not move toward a heart that is filled with fear, anxiety, and control. Blessings move toward a heart that trusts Allah even when nothing makes sense. Surrender does not mean you stop trying. It means you stop panicking. It means you stop doubting yourself. It means you stop fighting Allah's plan. It means you stop chasing what is running away. It means you stop forcing what Allah is removing. It means you stop holding on to what is hurting you. It means you stop believing you know better than your Creator. When you surrender, you don't lose anything. You gain clarity. You begin to see which people were draining your soul. You begin to see which places were blocking your growth. You begin to see which habits were ruining your peace. You begin to see which desires were pulling you away. You begin to see which attachments were chains, not blessings. And then slowly, quietly, beautifully, Allah begins to replace everything you release with something purer. You release the person who didn't value you, and Allah sends someone who treats you with gentleness. You release the job that suffocated you, and Allah opens a door that brings respect and risk. You release the sin that was poisoning your heart, and Allah fills your soul with a peace you have never felt before. You release the plan you were forcing, and Allah writes for you a chapter that fits your destiny perfectly. Surrender does not empty your life. It empties your hands so Allah can place blessings in them. The moment you surrender is the moment everything written for you starts walking toward you. Your soulmate begins to move. Your rizq begins to expand. Your healing begins to grow. Your clarity begins to form. Your future begins to build. Your opportunities begin to align. Your purpose begins to rise, not because you worked harder, but because you trusted deeper. Allah does not give easily to a heart filled with panic, but He gives abundantly to a heart filled with surrender. There were moments in your life when you tried so hard and still nothing changed, because Allah was not waiting for your effort. He was waiting for your surrender. He was waiting for your ego to soften, for your fear to quiet down, for your attachment to loosen, for your expectations to fall away, for your heart to say, Ya Allah, if it is good, bring it closer. If it is not good, take it away, even if I love it. This level of surrender is not weakness, it is strength, it is wisdom, it is maturity, it is trust, it is faith. It is the moment your heart finally realizes that Allah's plan is not just better, it is perfect. When you surrender, you begin to see signs you once ignored. You begin to hear guidance you once rejected. You begin to feel peace where you once felt pressure. You begin to notice blessings you once walked past. You begin to recognize mercy in places you once saw pain. Surrender transforms your vision. It transforms your heart. It transforms your understanding. It transforms your relationship with Allah. You stop saying, why is this happening? And start saying, Allah knows what I don't. You stop saying, this isn't fair, and start saying, this is protection. You stop saying, I want this now, and start saying, give me what is good for me, even if I don't see it yet. You stop saying, I can't live without this, and start saying, I can live without anything, as long as I don't lose Allah. The moment you surrender, what you chase starts chasing you. The moment you let go of what was draining you, what was written for you begins to draw near. The moment you stop trying to write your own destiny, Allah writes something you never imagined possible. Because surrender is not the end of effort. It is the end of struggle. It is the moment you shift from carrying life to being carried by Allah. And when Allah carries you, nothing can break you. When Allah guides you, nothing can mislead you. When Allah chooses for you, nothing can harm you. When Allah plans for you, nothing can block you. When Allah protects you, nothing can reach you. When Allah opens a door for you, nothing can close it. Surrender places your heart in the safest hands it will ever know. Allah does not want to see you worried. Allah does not want to see you anxious. Allah does not want to see you drowning in expectations you created yourself. Allah wants to see you trust Him. Allah wants to see you rest in Him. Allah wants to see you hand over the burden you were never meant to carry. And once you do, everything meant for you starts moving toward you with a speed you never imagined. If you reach the end of this video, then you didn't come here for information. You came here for healing. And I want you to take a moment to acknowledge your heart. You have survived so much. You have carried so much. You have hidden so much pain behind your smile. Yet here you are, still trying, still praying, still believing, still holding on to Allah, even when everything else slipped away. That alone is a sign that Allah has never left you. You may not see it yet, but something in your life is about to shift. Something is about to open. Something is about to make sense. Something is about to enter your life that will make you look back and say, Ya Allah, you were with me the whole time. Every tear you cried alone, Allah counted it. Every dua you whispered in the dark, Allah heard it. Every moment you felt lost, Allah was guiding you. Every time you thought you were forgotten, Allah was writing a new chapter for you. And if you feel a little lighter right now, if you feel a little clearer, if your heart feels a little softer, then know this, That is Allah speaking to you. That is Allah comforting you. That is Allah reminding you that your story is not over. Don't rush what Allah is perfecting. Don't fear what Allah is guiding. Don't doubt what Allah has written. Don't think for a moment that your delay is a denial. Allah is preparing something for you that will make you forget every moment you wondered if He was listening. And before you leave this video, promise yourself one thing, that you will keep walking toward Allah even if you're tired, even if you're confused, even if you're healing slowly. Because when you walk toward Allah, Allah runs toward you, and everything meant for you runs with Him. Tonight, rest your heart, let your soul breathe, and trust the one who has never failed you. Until the next reminder, may Allah soften your path, heal your wounds, and fill your heart with a peace that never leaves.